always tell you guys that if you listen to a man long enough, he'll tell you everything you need to know about him.
I used to always go on dates and I would try to fill in the awkward conversation, and I would be a willing participant in our conversations, and I would be animated and I would be boisterous and I would ask him questions about himself, but I would share a lot about myself too. And I thought that that was getting into connection with somebody. I thought that that was really like how you should date. But then I got into a toxic relationship with somebody who really told me everything I needed to know about himself on the very first date. But because I was so busy people pleasing and trying to fill in the awkward silences and make him feel comfortable and wanting to share about myself and wanting to talk about myself, I missed those red flags, and I then perpetuated an 11-month relationship subsequent to that first date that really hurt me and put me back. So now when I go on dates, I am quiet and I sit back and I let them do all the talking, because they will tell you everything that you need to know on that first date. Some interesting facts that I have garnered on first dates are that this gentleman was living in an RV. He wasn't working. His ex-wife had to file for divorce and receives no money from him. And these were all things that I gathered because I sat back and I let him tell me everything. It's not just first dates that you need to keep your ears open, it's throughout the duration of the relationship, because as he becomes more comfortable with you, he will start to tell you things that you're gonna need to know. Like, first of all, he's gonna tell you what his patterns are in his relationships. My ex told me that he had a propensity to just ditch and leave and burn it down and break it up and break it off, and that he would do that in every relationship that he was in. And no surprise, that's exactly what he did in my relationship. They will also tell you how they're gonna leave. So they'll tell you exactly the format, which in my last relationship, it was burning and running. They will tell you about addictions that they have. They will tell you about problems that they have. You need to just keep your ears open, and they almost don't mince words. They're almost very direct in telling you the problems that you're going to deal with. Some indirect ways or indirect signs that you can notice are all their exes crazy? That's a huge red flag. They're actually the common denominator. You can look at relationships that they have. Do they have bad relationships with people that they work with? Do they have any friends? Do they have any old friends? Do they have friends that they've had for years and years? If not, then that tells you all you need to know. They have a consistent problem having emotionally connected and safe and healthy relationships. Lastly, listen to what their priorities are. For example, my ex would always say, I just want peace. I'm just a chill guy. You see this on dating apps all the time. I want no drama. That means that they cannot hold space for emotional depth or complication, that if you bring up feelings to them, they're going to look at it as drama. That's somebody that cannot emotionally hold your feelings. That's somebody that is intimidated by heavy emotion or intense emotion. That is somebody that is not emotionally available. It does not take a PhD to understand a man completely, usually by month 2 or 3. Just open your ears and listen. Be observant and watch. It's gonna save you 12 months of heartache.